Gamers, we got same day, same t-shirt, okay? This is not, I'm not wearing same t-shirt for 2 days, just saying it. We got some Stormgate news that I wanted to cover. We haven't had some in a bit. So we have some updates regarding the game servers and some other stuff that I probably won't understand, but I'm going to go through it. And the 1-on-1 and 3v3 modes. There was a new Stormgate interview, which I'm not going to watch right now, but you guys can watch it. It's called Interview with Austin from Frost Giant Studios. They've done a lot of these interviews in the past where they discuss stuff, where they talk about, you know, whether it's coding or what kind of gameplay or whatever else they want to do. So if you guys want to do that, feel free to check. They immediately dove into, let me zoom in for boomers out there, dove into a discussion about creating Stormgate to be the most responsive RTS ever. The focus was always to avoid systems that delay input. So this is, I mean, by now it's known. They are basically making an RTS with same/better response time than StarCraft. So if you guys know, if you played games like Company of Heroes, or if you play games like Age of Empires 4, for example, they have an input delay. So if you click, there is a delay for the unit to move. Whereas in StarCraft, like if you select the unit to go there, it's going to be like instant move. You know, there's no delay, there's no performing whatever. It's very, very responsive. Also, Stressed is saying the thing that we're thinking about, how long is it between when someone clicks their mouse and them seeing that reflected in the game world? We want to do everything we can to minimize that. One of the things that can help achieve this is Stormgate having a separate thread that runs all the game logic rather than most RTS, which run it on the main thread. This reduces the thread contention if the system is really keeping everything in its own channel, thus giving more power how many things we can do at the same time. This is the early Stormgate art, which we've seen before already, kind of like what they're going for. There was some discussion of the Stormgate art. I personally like it. It gives me League of Legends vibes over Dota vibes. I prefer a more clear, even if it's a bit maybe cartoonish, I don't know what this style is called, than like try hard but you can't see shit what's happening. You know what I mean? Art style looks bad. I think it looks good. I like the art style. And by the way, these are zoom pictures. You're not going to be playing like this. You're going to be playing like bird's eye point of view. So it's going to look obviously different than zoomed in. Yeah, some people dislike it, some people like it. I mean, I feel like it's like League of Legends, where some people love League of Legends and some don't, and that's fine. Okay, this is an important one. This is a very important one for multiplayer gameplay. Austin revealed that Stormgate will have a distributed game servers, stating that we're working on making sure we can distribute our game servers around the world so that anytime you're playing a game, you're hopefully close to the server you're talking to. This is very important, and this is the first time that I'm seeing this, by the way, so I don't know if they've discussed this previously. So let me, for those that have no clue what game servers even mean or how does the connection work with multiplayer games, StarCraft 2, if you play that, had a NA server, an EU server, a China server, Australia server, and Korea server. I think those are the 5. So this is not good. Why is this not good? Because if you were European, you could not play with someone from Korea. The reason for that is you either had to play on Korean server, Chinese server, or EU server. If you're a European playing on Korean server, you would have like 300-400 MS, and that is insane lag to play with. Same thing, if you're a Korean and playing European server, you had insane fucking lag. So playing on those servers is impossible from other regions. I often got asked when I played StarCraft, why am I not playing on Korean server? It's literally not possible because I'm fucking lagging. So the stuff that they will have is like Age of Empires 4. You have another type of connection, by the way, which is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is when you're directly connecting between the players, and this is something that Brood War has, or had. I don't know if it still has in the new one, in the remaster, but it would basically connect player to player, and if one guy is lagging, the other guy is lagging too. Now, I think. And then this one is that they're talking to is what Age of Empires 4 has, which Age of Empires 4, if you open it in the game, it has Europe, UK, USA East, India, Asia Southeast, US West, Brazil, Korea, and Australia. So you might say like this is same like StarCraft. The difference is there are way more servers. So if I play from someone in Korea, like right now, my connection to Korea is 240 ms. It would not connect me to Korea. You can actually play on Indian server, so I have more reasonable ms because there's more servers and more options for you to pick from. And I am assuming that this will automatically work where, again, I'm also assuming that the ladder will be global based on this and not server wide. So I don't think they might have 3 separate ladders, but I would imagine because they're doing this, that the ladder on 1-on-1 and 3v3 modes will be global, and then it will basically connect you to the server in between you and your opponent, thus basically minimizing the lag for both players while making it available for you to play against anyone around the world, which is good. This is good, and this is how every game should do it. Obviously, you would prefer to have 0 lag, but if people are from different sides of the world, you know, technology is just not there. So I think this is great. Obviously, I hope they have, yeah, and they talk about it here. This is an amazing feature to help minimize lag for the players. It means that Stormgate will have a ton of servers in many different locations for players to connect to. For example, instead of just connecting to Europe, players might connect to something more specific like London, Berlin, Prague, Lisbon, depending on which is the closest. It provides the fairest ping. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. So they gave an example in Europe, which might mean that they're gonna do like multiple European servers so that you have like 10 ms within Europe, or they might do it globally where, but the way they specified it makes it seem like they're gonna have specific ladder for Europe NA, but it might be world. We don't know. I hope they do both. I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna do both, right? It would make sense. He then went on to explain how it would work in RTS games. The rollback netcode work. Okay, that was a tongue twister. Considering rollback netcode is a feature most commonly known for being a part of fighting games, Austin explained that in traditional RTS games, players send inputs and receive the results on the screen through game servers broadcasting turns based on what inputs they receive. However, in Stormgate, there are no turns, and as soon as a player sends an input, the server timestamps it and sends it to everyone in game. Meanwhile, the game will simulate the match based on the inputs and then continue simulating, assuming no new inputs are arriving. If the game is correct, then everything continues running smoothly, and if new inputs are received, it can be very quickly rolled back, understand the input, and fast forward again without negatively affecting what the player sees. Interesting. Now, this is on the more tech side. This is on the more gameplay side, and I saved the best for last. This is came out on February 9th, so yesterday. With the Stormgate beta approaching fast in mid-20... Wait, did they say it's going to be in mid-2023? In various interviews, the Frost Giant team confirmed the Stormgate beta is coming mid-2023. I mean, we're almost there. We can expect the beta to be released around May to August. Okay. Fans are hungry for game content, and Frost Giant have delivered by answering community questions. The team has confirmed the addition of Stormgate heroes in the 3-player modes, given a teaser on the upcoming lore reveals and more. Now, this is something I mentioned before. There's a lot of discussion whether heroes or not should be included in Stormgate as an RTS, because a lot of the Warcraft 3 players wanted heroes, StarCraft players did not, Age of Empires players did not, and they decided on something that I mentioned previously I think would be a great idea, and without any like behind the scenes info, this is what I hope for, I suspected, and I'm glad it's happening. So what they're basically doing is they're going to have no heroes in 1-on-1. And again, I'm assuming that the 1-on-1 would be very close to your standard RTS, where you're collecting resources, you're building a base, you're making units. Classic, right? And I think the 3v3 and co-op game modes will be either completely different with units than on 1-on-1, or they will cut severe amount of units and resources in 3v3 and have heroes to add up for it. So I think their 3v3 mode is something that I've been talking for long time on my stream, which is reinventing what RTS means and modernizing it. And I think the 3v3 that they're making is that. So I think the 3v3 mode that they have specifically going will be a mode where heroes are very important. You might even have like creeps on the map and stuff like that, so you can level up your heroes and experience. So it kind of works like Warcraft 3 MOBA with some aspects of RTS. I think that's what they're going for, because and in my opinion, this is a best case scenario, because this will make it so that they get the classic RTS fans, and they also get perhaps a little bit of that MOBA dough, if you will. But we'll see. Obviously, I don't know what it's gonna look like, but this is what I've thought a long time ago when they announced 3v3, because they did mention they want 3v3 to be different than one-on-ones, and we're kind of slowly getting what that actually means. So we will see. I don't know, maybe their heroes will have level ups, maybe it will have items, maybe it will be like a hero unit. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you'll have like loadouts in 3v3, you know, like I think I wouldn't mind that if their 3v3 mode was like co-op heroes in StarCraft, where you load up and you only have certain units and you have a hero to go along with it. Like Dehaka or Zagara from StarCraft. I wouldn't mind that. Whether you love them or hate them, the hero discussion can now come to an end, as the team has confirmed that hero units will be in the 3v3 and co-op game modes. Heroes will be similar to StarCraft 2 commanders. Yo! Dude, I swear I did not read this. I swear I did not read this beforehand. Heroes will be similar to StarCraft's 2 commanders, meaning they will be powerful units with unique skills and abilities, but won't have any items and likely no in-game leveling. Okay, there you go. So it will be like StarCraft 2 commanders, and I'm assuming it might have also unique units, just like in StarCraft, especially if there's no leveling. If there was leveling and stuff, I could see it being like just like a 3v3 MOBA, but the fact that there's no items and leveling, there has to be units. That's, in my opinion, that's pretty cool. It's also possible that the heroes will help create roles in team games. For example, some heroes may have abilities that favor attacking, while others are better at defense or support. I'm excited for this, I'm gonna be honest. Short stories will continue, will introduce Stormgate lore before release. Another interesting bit of news that short series will be created to introduce Stormgate lore. It has not been confirmed if these short stories will come in the form of books, comics, or online media. However, we can get excited for Stormgate lore coming soon. Wow. Last but not least, there was also a small introduction to the first giant writing team. We already know two of the Blizzard veterans of the team, Tim Campbell and Mickey Nielsen. However, two more experienced writers have joined them. Okay. Marv Wolfman, that's a good name. A comic book writer famous for his work on a DC universe, and the other is Tom Abernathy, who's worked on massive games like Guild Wars 2, Halo, and The Division. Okay. All in all, this is very exciting news for Stormgate. Not only do we get a closer look at what's to come, to play 3-player modes, we can also get excited for a lore introduction created by a world-class team. Damn. Okay, so I'm actually now more excited for 3v3. The reason why I'm more excited for 3v3 is this is a thing that RTS games, and again, I've talked about this, RTS games that always had a problem of attracting casual players. And I don't know if you guys know, but in StarCraft 2, I'm about to drop some numbers on you. In StarCraft 2, more than 50% of the players who logged in StarCraft 2 played co-op. This includes one-on-one in StarCraft, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, custom games, and arcade games. The co-op had more players than all those combined. So RTS games always struggle at getting these casual players, and I think the 3v3 that they're doing might be the perfect thing, because we know that the co-op from StarCraft worked. We know that it had a lot of players, and a lot of players still play it to this day. It's unfortunate that StarCraft didn't have it earlier, but if this is introduced from the start, which it will be, you can be a Bob that plays one-on-one and you're one-on-one gamer, you know, you love macroing, you love building units, but you got a Joe and a Mo, right? Your friends, that they suck in RTS games. They suck. They don't like the building, they don't like gathering resources, but Joe and Mo love League of Legends. And 3v3 is where you take them. Because that will be kind of like the middle of MOBA, I think. Or not MOBA in a general sense. I don't think you're going to be pushing lanes. But it will be a thing between MOBA, RTS, and co-op from StarCraft. And that's why I'm excited for it. Because this cannot attract just players. This can potentially, if executed well, can attract millions and millions of players if it's done well. And I would actually go as far as say that this is probably the most important things out of their different things they're doing, right? So they're going to do the one-on-one competitive. They're doing the campaigns, I would assume. I don't know if they're doing arcades. And this single-handedly will be the most important thing for the success of the game if they want to make it huge and viral and all that. This is going to be very important for them to execute. And obviously they have people that have worked on StarCraft 2 co-op, by the way, working for them. So they have people that know what they're doing. One of the people that you guys may or may not know, Monk that worked for Blizzard, that had a lot of involvement and I think did a lot of heroes, commanders for StarCraft 2, is working, I'm assuming, on this for Frost Giant Studios. So I'm super excited about that because this has potential to make the game absolutely massive. Dana War says, hello, MOBA and RTS did not work. Well, maybe they just executed it poorly. Saying that is like saying Dota 1 didn't work because look how many players League of Legends and Dota 2 has. So Dota 1 clearly didn't work. It was a start, right? And then League of Legends took off completely because of Dota 1. And also, like, saying that MOBA and RTS don't work. I mean, what is Warcraft 3? It's literally fucking, you have heroes and units. And that clearly worked. So I think this has potential. And I hope it will work. It might fail, but I hope it will work. Does this mean if the game has success that you'll likely be leaving AoE 4? I've said this before, and I'm honest with you guys, and I'll say it again. If I enjoy Age of Empires 4, and there's still frequent updates for AoE 4, there's tournaments, there's stuff for me to stream, I'll be playing AoE 4. If I like the new game and I don't like the AoE 4 anymore, or the game has no players, or I just don't enjoy playing AoE 4, I will be playing Stormgate. So that's obvious. One thing I can tell you guys, I was quote-unquote in prison with StarCraft for the last 2-3 years of it. I was very mentally bad. I was very depressed for a very long time, and playing a game I did not enjoy for 2-3 years did not do me good mentally at all, and I am not doing that again. So if I don't enjoy AoE 4 and I do enjoy Stormgate, I will be playing Stormgate. And I'm just being honest with you guys. If I don't enjoy Stormgate, like I think the game sucks and I don't want to play it, I'm not going to play it because it has more players. Because I'm not playing League of Legends. I'm not playing Dota 2. You know, I'm not playing whatever game. They all have more players and viewers than AoE 4, but I don't play them because I don't enjoy them. So, that's my answer, right? If you enjoy both, will you play both? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say a decisive yes or no. Like, I don't want to be the guy who's going to say, yeah, guys, I'm staying with AoE4 forever, and then I quit it, and then I'm the asshole. But I also don't want to say, like, oh, yeah, I'm playing Stormgate for sure. I don't know. I've had decently close ties with Stormgate, with Frost Giant Studios. Like, I'm not, like, paid by them to shill them, you know. I just give my honest opinion. And if I didn't like something, I'll say I don't like it. If I like it, I like it. That's about it. And if that's the answer that doesn't satisfy you guys, I don't know what to tell you. But I will be playing Stormgate. I will be trying it when it comes out, for sure. That one is a guarantee. I will be playing it when it comes out. How long? That doesn't depend on me. Will I quit AoE4? It also doesn't, well, it depends on me if I like the game, but it also, if the AO4 development or whatever goes to shit and there's no competition or whatever, I mean, what am I going to play for? That's pretty much it. We covered this one. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Check me out on Twitch. I'm probably live right now. And that's it. Twitch gamers, let's keep going.